The CMF Watch 3 Pro looks stunning, feels somewhat premium, and it has the smoothest user interface I've ever experienced on a budget smartwatch. But is it actually worth the money, or is it just a pretty face hiding deeper problems? Let's inspect. Hey Bob, so good to meet you. I'm Michael, and this video I'm making in order to share with you my full review about the CMF Watch 3 Pro, something that is around my wrist for the last couple of weeks, 24/7, and it's gonna be about the usual thorough kind of testing, including all the workout features, the health tracking, including sleep, heart rate, and everything else, as well as talking about everyday use and all the smart features, the smartphone app, basically everything you might want to look up prior to getting a budget-oriented smartwatch now in 2025. And of course, yes, I'm going to compare it to the closest competitors, such as the Redmi Watch 5 line or the Amazfit Active 2, the Amazfit Bip 6, and similar. Plenty to talk about, so let's go! Let's begin by exploring the health tracking features, which unfortunately are quite disappointing. The CMF Watch 3 Pro comes with heart rate monitoring, SpO2 tracking, stress detection, and sleep tracking. Sounds solid on paper, but in real life, not so much. The sleep tracking is especially poor. One night I woke up, went to the bathroom, then 2 hours later turned on the lights and adjusted the AC, and the watch was still logging that period as regular sleep. It consistently failed to detect awake times even when I was clearly moving, something that even the Mi Band line would realize. Heart rate tracking is on the bright side, but still off when compared to Garmin or even the budget-friendly Huawei Band 10. I guess the watch is enough to give you a general idea of your health, but it's far from reliable. And that's frustrating because CMF seems to have used newer sensors in this model, but clearly the software isn't doing them justice. When it comes to sports tracking, there's a wide variety of workout modes available. That part is actually impressive. However, the same sensor issues I just mentioned are still present here. During workouts, heart rate readings are inconsistent, the breakdown into heart rate zones is way off, the data looks nice, but if it isn't accurate, it's not really useful. The built-in Duobat GPS is a nice addition, though. It logs in quickly, works fine in most scenarios, but oddly enough, some workout modes don't even support GPS. For example, the soccer workout doesn't use GPS at all, which is kind of baffling. Feels like even CMF knows that their tracking isn't ready for prime time. And just for fun, yes, among the many workout modes, there is one for riding a scooter, but EMTB isn't included, which is a strange omission. Overall, in the weeks following its release, I really can't recommend the CMF Watch Pro 3 for reliable sports or fitness tracking. It would take some serious firmware miracle to change all that. Now, hopefully the dark minutes are gone, so let's talk about design, because this is where the watch really shines. The unboxing experience is actually great. The packaging is stylish and clean, exactly what you'd expect from a nothing-affiliated brand. The watch itself looks sleek, modern, feels lightweight on the wrist, sits comfortably all day long. The bezel is thick, non-replaceable in this generation, likely made of plastic, and CMF has turned it into a design highlight. If you can't make a slim bezel, make it bold and chic, and honestly, well done. The orange color variant I've been using really pops, and the fragmented texture around the bezel gives this unique personality. The strap is soft and comfortable, uses a standard 22mm mount, so you can easily replace it with something more to your taste. Design-wise, this watch is a win. On paper, the Watch 3 Pro looks like a decent upgrade over its predecessor. There's a larger and brighter display, improvements in the battery life compartments, newer set of sensors, a lot of little refinements, and a brand new revamped smartphone app. Specs sound interesting and they do suggest that there are certain upgrades over the Watch 2 Pro, but in real life there's nothing that suggests that it is really that good, and I think those results from the health tracking and the workout tracking are a little bit alarming, especially if we compare to the likes of Amazfit Bip 6 or the Redmi Watch 5 line or even the Amazfit Active 2. But if you're looking for things to like and enjoy, I would say the biggest improvement is about the display. It is better than before, but still far from great. Maxes out at 650 nits of brightness, which is pretty low by today's standards, especially when many budget smartwatches in 2025 offer 1000 to 2000 nits. While it doesn't look 3 times dimmer, definitely feels dim most of the time, and the always-on display mode is nearly useless outdoors, you're going to struggle to read it in cloudy weather, let alone direct sunlight. And although this great variety of watch faces looks and feels impressive, the fact that there's a limit about the amount of those that you store on the watch itself leaves kind of a bitter taste. The battery life is rather on the bright side. Literally, it is one of the strongest features of this watch, even with the always-on display enabled, which maybe you might reconsider after a while. I only saw around 15% battery drain per day. That means that you can expect about 6 to 7 days of real-world use. Charging is done via a pogo pin cable, it's reasonably fast, and honestly the dim display probably helps with stretching out the battery, so at least there's a silver lining. Connectivity options are pretty limited. The watch only supports BLE, Bluetooth Low Energy, so there is no Wi-Fi, no music storage option, and no way to connect external audio devices like earbuds. Therefore, if you were hoping to use it as a fitness companion for your wireless headphones, you're out of luck. Now, here's a good part. The user interface is rather fantastic. Smooth, responsive, visually appealing. Scrolling through the menus feels great, something I really appreciated when testing the Watch 2 Pro previously. CMF has nailed the animations and transitions. Reminds me of the interface on the Redmi Watches or the Amazfit Active line, but it feels even more fluid, although slightly less feature-rich. The widgets are intuitive, well-designed, and that being said, there are still a few oddities, like calendar notifications which are triggering an alarm that keeps buzzing you until you manually stop it. That got annoying really quickly. Still, the smoothness and the polish of the UI make it one of the most pleasant parts of using this watch. The new companion app is now called Nothing X. It is designed to be central hub for managing all the Nothing's wearable devices. Design is stylish, very on-brand. It includes integrations with platforms such as Strava and Health Connect, which is good, but the wellness data itself still feels basic. It's almost like CMF is trying to position the app as a rival to something like the Oura Rings interface, but they're not quite there yet. And worst of all, on my Android smartphone, the app quickly became the top battery draining process, which is quite unfortunate. That's a major issue that needs fixing fast. Samsung phone with Android 15 for the record. I guess it's a good moment now to keep on talking about the drawbacks. The heart rate sensor isn't that reliable, the display feels too dim at moments, there is no barometer, sleep tracking is almost useless, the workout tracking lacks consistency, and the companion app definitely needs optimization for non-nothing smartphones. In the end, we have to be honest about a few things. The first one, I need to confess about my bias towards Nothing as a brand because I'm quite a fan of their designs and uniqueness, and I think there have been enough proofs that I can put these biases aside. The CMF Watch Pro 3, in my opinion, is rather disappointing, but in no way this means that it is a bad choice. If you have the Watch 2 Pro, I don't feel it's a serious upgrade unless you consider the display to be your major feature to be used, because the display experience is indeed a lot better. If you already have a Redmi Watch 5, or if you have Amazfit Bip 6 or the Active 2 devices that I've mentioned a few times throughout this video, then in terms of accuracy, this definitely would lack the same pace. But design, uniqueness, and the smoothness of this scrolling through the menus, it is just superb. And this still makes me like the watch and kind of takes me recommending it to you over some other devices, because I feel that if there's going to be a company which would make serious improvements about software, Nothing would be topping this particular list. So that's my opinion about the CMF Watch 3 Pro. Like it or not, let me know in the comment section below the video. If you enjoyed it thus far and if you're looking to get one of those buddies, check the description for more information and link to the product. Affiliate one, which means that if you buy, there's going to be no extra fee for you and you would still support a lot my work here on the channel, because there's plenty of it happening in between these videos about research, filming, planning, and so on. And thank you very much for watching this episode till the end. Thanks in advance for giving a like and subscribing to the channel. And I very much hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.